Welcome, everyone, to the most must-see, must-watch, must-listen, must podcast
Listen, wait.
on the interwebs, the Fake Racers podcast with your hosts Davey Hazard and Joe Twansky. I'm Joe Twansky. That's Davey Hazard,
Whoa,
right?
my name first?
Hey, your name's first in all the
Jeez.
pictures. I'm pretty sure.
Jeez, I didn't even notice that. No,
Yeah, I
come
never
on.
put my name first. I feel like it's kind of rude to do that.
Jeez.
I was actually-
Jeez.
I'll always put it last unless there's someone like in the group that does like, piss poor work, and then I'm like, your name gets to be last, buddy.
Word. Gotcha.
Um,
Copy.
Haha. Maybe that's why I get bad grades on everything, because my name's always last. Hey-yo.
Oof.
Oof. Anyways, so tonight, this episode, we're filming at night, so, we're going to talk about the next-gen test this week, as we promised last week. Just a little bit of our thoughts and opinions on it. Of course, we're filming this on Wednesday, November the 18th. Today was the oval testing. There was no media availability for that, or the media wasn't
Hey,
allowed
is
in.
the oval testing, Joe? It's happening as we speak. They're side by side on the racetrack right
Side
now.
by side to the line.
Okay. Yep, we were doing that.
Hey, man. You can take the announcer out of the booth, but you can't take the booth out of the announcer. Hey-yo.
That's not... That didn't make any sense. Go ahead.
All right, buddy. Anyways, we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about the Roval, the road course testing with it, I was actually kind of shocked about some of the numbers there. And then we're going to look at the 2021 schedule for the NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and then we'll also talk about some of the speculation on the truck schedule, as it's not out yet, but there are a couple of different things that came out today, so we'll talk about those, and it's going to be a great episode of the Fake Racers podcast here on JTN. Davey, you ready to get into it?
I have never been more ready to talk about next gen.
Next gen. Let's go.
Next gen.
All right, well, let's just get right after it. Let's get right after it. Davey, testing this week. Next gen car, 2 cars, 1 track. First off, what level of excitement now for 2022? Where is it?
First of all, Joe, 2 cars, 2 tracks, and I've always been excited for this car. All the possible specs of it, I've just been so excited to see how this car is going to race. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I'm excited to see the technology. I'm excited to see who builds the car, what that means for the teams, what that's going to turn NASCAR into. I cannot wait for this year to just happen. Like I want to see all the developments, and I cannot wait to see this car on freaking track.
Yep, I mean, this car is very exciting. I'm excited to see what the manufacturers come out with. Because we've seen it now with not next gen, Gen 6. We've seen the manufacturers really have a lot of freedom to tweak their design, right? Toyota's had 3 iterations. Ford has had 3 iterations too. The original Ford Fusion, it had the actual it was the actual grill, and then they
Yes.
changed it to the sticker.
The
So
insert.
I count that as an iteration because it has an arrow effect. And then we went to the Mustang for Ford. Chevy obviously originally had the SS. They went to the ZL1, and then now they're in the ZL1LE that just won a championship. So that's, positive engineering.
Pretty good job.
And Toyota's had 3 different Camrys. The first one was that mustache one. The second one was the big smiley face one, and then the current one is the smiley face with the mustache one, which is honestly the current one is like a good balance between those two. So, it goes back to the design of the actual cars and all, blah, 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 but
Yeah.
I think there's with motorsports and whatnot. Some of these 3 manufacturers have definitely chosen what cars, and I think in Toyota's case, they probably made that Camry a little more aerodynamic on the street. Because the design iteration process, it just doesn't click in my head where you go from what they had in 2016 to what they had then in 2017, I think is when they made the switch. 2017 or 2018, whenever they made 2017, because Truex won.
I don't remember.
Whatever it is.
I'm just happy about next gen.
I'm excited to see what the manufacturers do. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Man.
It's fun to watch them change stuff. Biggest thing on the next gen car that I really like is it's symmetrical.
Yes.
I think that I'm sure teams will find a way to get around it.
Yeah. As
um,
much as I love the Twisted Sister cars of the late, you know, car of old, but right before the COT, I love those Twisted Sister cars. It's really cool to see a symmetrical, sporty looking race car in NASCAR.
and I mean, it's gonna be really cool. I like not having a flat side. Xfinity has the flat side. The trucks are already really flat, and the Cup car has the flat side, obviously. So it will be good to see that those shots on the bridge Monday of the car.
Oh,
Those are
oh.
so good. Let's talk about it. Let's start with Monday because we've got all the data there.
Mm.
Lap times were about a second slower or quicker rather. They were a second less, so
What?
quicker. Yeah.
What? I heard 3 seconds quicker.
Oh, 3 seconds. Maybe I was wrong. I could be wrong. I know they were quicker.
I heard 3 seconds quicker
Okay.
on the
Well,
Roval.
Davey, why would that be?
Well, the car seems not extremely. It's still NASCAR. The cars seem a little bit more technologically advanced. You know, I'm sure they did a lot of work. It was something that I heard actually from I think Kurt Busch. No, Martin Truex Jr. said this where he said that the cars handled better, and a lot of people were really disappointed about that. I think that might have to do with maybe a little bit of mechanical grip being worked into the cars rather than aero grip, because the cars aren't necessarily going all that faster on the Roval. If the cars handle better on the Roval, that means there's probably a decent amount of mechanical grip getting them around there.
Hmm.
Is what I gathered. You
Well,
know.
it's a larger tire too, and wheel. It's a larger wheel.
Okay, I forgot about that, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
There's that. You also obviously you have larger brakes. Another thing to think about.
I was thinking that, but I didn't know. I didn't want to talk
Yep.
out my ass.
Nope, you got larger brakes on these cars. You have the six speed as opposed to the 4. And
Is it 6 or were they doing 5? Because I know they've been switching between 6 and 5.
well, isn't it 6 and then reverse is one of them?
Huh.
Or am I? Maybe I'm not
No,
smart.
you might be right.
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
know.
it's a 6-speed sequential.
Cause yeah, Jesus. Yeah,
Hey,
I don't think we even really know yet, do we?
I know it's
Like we know
sequential.
it's a sequential, yeah. But I don't know if it's gonna be 5 or 6, drive gears.
Um, let's look because that's why we have the internet, Davey.
Well, because they've tested
6-speed
both.
sequential gearbox. This was
Gotcha.
in
Okay.
January, so the Logano test, I think, at Phoenix.
Okay. Fair enough.
It was a Homestead test? No, it was a Homestead test. Okay.
Goodness gracious, Joseph, get it together.
Hey, man, oh, no, it was with Logano. I have no idea what's going on, man. Anyways, I'm excited. Next gen's exciting, right? Next gen's exciting. We're so excited. That's why it's in the thumbnail. Haha!
It's so excited that we forgot all the details of all the previous tests.
Well, I think naturally, Davey, what comes with it is there's a lot of hope that we're placing on this car to save the sport, save the racing.
Quote unquote, but yes.
Back her down a little bit, guys. It's engineering. It's going to take a while. Obviously, we were supposed to get this car for 2021. We're getting it 2022. COVID.
Wear a mask,
please. And I think the biggest thing to remember, again, it's engineering. It's going to take time for these guys to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're going to have a whole extra year, not of at-track testing, obviously, but they're going to have a whole extra year of computers, running stuff through CFD, running stuff through...
Yep.
Just doing all these random tests, principal tests. So it's gonna be something to watch. The development of the car. Again, I'm really excited to see what it looks like, what the manufacturers come back with. Today we had testing on the oval. Interesting stuff there. I'm not gonna put videos on here because I don't want to take anyone's content because it's not fair. Go check out people's fleets while you're at it.
Ooh, we're topical here.
Yeah, pop culture. I worry. I just worry about people maybe getting their hopes up a little too much. But today we saw.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
We'll get into that, but yeah, I totally agree.
No,
with
go
you.
go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so I for example, we talked about this a little bit before recording. Sitting down what we're gonna talk about, but like people, the first video that came from like Christian Espinoza, who's been tweeting a lot of the videos from his suite at Charlotte. You could kind of hear the car lift. Heading into turn one, which is something that everyone's been clamoring for. We've been all wanting that off throttle time, and everyone was so excited. This is awesome. Everyone making all these epic tweets about how there was off throttle time. Well, then you fast forward a few hours and post another video, and the car's flat, and then everyone's all upset, and they're all, wait, no, the car's flat. It's gonna suck, and everyone's just knee jerking about it. Meanwhile, he puts another tweet where it's like, okay, yeah, that first run they had a smaller spoiler on than in the second run, which, by the way, also really cool. They're testing different things. Really hope they don't go with the big spoiler. And it's like you said, like we're gonna have to wait for the developments to come. Like even if we ran only that small spoiler, even if we had like off throttle time in every single run today, like that's the car still has over a year until it's on track for competition.
Yep.
It's still yet to change. This is still these are the only two next gen cars that we know of that are made, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
like,
the second one was a complete shock that it was even made because it randomly showed up at Daytona on the road course.
Exactly.
There could be more of these out there. I mean,
there could be. There probably could be. I'm sure NASCAR had a hand in it. I'm sure NASCAR had a hand in it, but these are the only two that are on track. These are the only two that have been driving that anyone knows of. I just agree with you. I big time agree with you. I think we got to be really careful about, putting our hopes up and setting the sport on the base of the next gen car is going to be the car that saves racing or the sport, or NASCAR racing, I mean, or the sport or whatever.
Yeah, manage your expectations. Again, NASCAR Twitter, the world does not revolve around you and what you think. So you gotta. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's what people say. Like, oh, we all want it. No.
Go ahead. I'm here for you.
I've got an issue with the way, big spoiler, bad. Low horsepower, bad. No, the engineers are just too freaking smart, man. Like that's what it boils down to. Like they have figured out the science of the car, and this happens. It happens with the COT. It happened with a small spoiler. The same guy was winning races, but because we worked it into our brain that it meant, oh, he had more skill, it was okay. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people go, oh, well, look at the Xfinity package. It's so much better. Those races are shorter. Hey, there's another thing to think about.
Exactly.
Oh, hey, those stage breaks you complain about all the time, guess what? We have them in the Xfinity series, and the stages are smaller, and the last restart for the Xfinity race usually is closer to the end of the race. Like, it's... Oh, man. People...
Yeah. And I always have a huge gripe with the people who are like, oh, only 550 horsepower? And I've said this a million times, the problem is the cars are choked down to 500. They're not built... The engines aren't built to run at 550 horsepower. There's no throttle response.
Beautiful tapered spacer.
Yeah, the beautiful, perfect tapered spacer that doesn't ruin racing at all.
I love the tapered spacer, man.
But it's like it's shit like that, It's like you don't even like I don't know what I'm talking about, but some people really don't know what they're talking about.
Well, because all the tapered spacer does is it's just a different way to restrict the airflow.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's got the way it is. It's instead of being like the restrictor plate, the holes they're straight. For the tapered spacer, it's like more conical.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, people just again we overreact. We think what we see is why the car is the way it is. It's not. There's a lot more stuff than just what the car looks like. Oh, pretty car, big spoiler, bad. Not how it works. But yeah, we saw the testing today. We've seen the little videos. Just temper your expectations. I think we gotta just whew. And we're gonna, Davey, you and I, we keep talking about it, and we're gonna do it. It'll probably be an episode in December. Once I get on winter break, but we're gonna do a full in-depth type video about the Gen 6 car, and then looking at next gen and what changes they're gonna try to make it better racing. But
Only if we call it the teardown.
well, there's already a teardown podcast, but
Only if we call it the Fake Racers podcast.
Teardown. We'll figure it out.
There we go.
We'll figure it out. Fake Racers podcast. We'll figure it out. That's a tagline, baby. All right, Davey.
We'll figure it out. Yes.
All right, so we got through that. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes. That was just the appetizer. This appetizer for later episodes, the appetizer for today, because we're going to talk 2021 schedule. It's been out for a while now, so we've all kind of been able to get our opinions in order for it. So, I'm going to start. It'll probably appear on your screen around now. Probably write this stuff down, right? Hey-o. I'm so good at this, man. I'm so good at this. I just knocked my mic over. Oh, boy. So I'm going to read through it. I'm going to read through it. Ready? You ready? Here we go.
Are you going to read through the whole schedule?
I'm going to just read. Daytona 500, Homestead, Auto Club, Vegas, Phoenix, Atlanta, Bristol, Dirt, Martinsville, Richmond, Dega, Kansas, Darlington, Dover, Coda, Charlotte, Sonoma, All-Star at Texas, Nashville, Pocono, Road America, Atlanta again, New Hampshire. Then we got the Olympic break because the Olympics will be next year. Watkins Glen, the Indy Road Course, Michigan, Daytona. Playoffs start at Darlington again, and the playoff schedule is pretty much the same except for Texas and Kansas swap. So I won't read through that. But initial takeaway, Davey. Initial takeaway, and we'll get more in depth on certain races and tracks and stuff. But what's your initial takeaway?
I have said this before, but I'm just glad that NASCAR is trying things and doing things that maybe NASCAR wouldn't have done before. I know the schedule was locked in; that had a separate circumstance. But NASCAR in the past hasn't wanted to experiment or try things. And people are kind of complaining about Bristol Dirt. I'm really excited to see how it goes. Why not try it? What if it's amazing? We don't know because the Cup cars haven't ever run on dirt. I think that's, you know what I mean. I just, yes, but you know what I mean. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see the Cup car. Everyone's been wanting to see a Cup race at Coda. Maybe people haven't thought that it'd be an exciting race, but it's arguably one of the greatest, or maybe not greatest. It's arguably one of the most advanced, popular tracks in the country with F1 going there. Why not go there and give it a shot? What if it's good? All-Star race at Texas, Nashville. It's not fairgrounds, but I mean, who knows?
They're going to use 750 and small spoilers, so people need to shut up.
Honestly, yeah, you're kind of right. And my personal favorite is freaking Road America. Road America is on the Cup schedule. People have been asking for this since Road America got an Xfinity date.
Yes.
That is always going to put on a good race. Indianapolis Road Course, great move. Great freaking move. No one wants to see those cars on the oval at Indy. No one. Not a single person. Indianapolis Road Course put on a great Xfinity race. It's not always going to translate to a great Cup race, but I am excited for the fact that we're trying something.
All right. So, my biggest takeaway, the thing I hate, obviously, Michigan, we lose a race. Primarily because we lose the June race, and that was the race I liked going to, and that's the race I've always gone to. Again, that's a me thing, right?
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Go for it.
2 Darlingtons!
I know.
Okay, go ahead. Good, you're good.
I like... I'm gonna be a little cynical here, because I got Davey just said all the good points about the schedule. Also, Homestead being the second race of the year is kind of weird, but
yeah,
it's not really too big of a negative thing.
Not really anything we can do about that one.
I see, we take a race away from Michigan. Chicagoland's off the schedule. Kentucky being off the schedule isn't a bad thing at all, so just shut up. People always talk about wanting unique tracks. You take off Chicagoland, which is arguably the best mile and a half, most unique mile and a half. You take off Michigan, where you only have... Michigan is going to, after this next year, is going to be the only 2-mile oval we go to, mind you.
Hmm.
Because Auto Club's getting short tracked. I also, All-Star at Texas. I know that was just a concession, so that way they could go to Coda. But I think that's
When I when I
but
said All Star at Texas earlier, I I did not mean that. That was I went into detail about everything but the All Star race to Texas. I said All Star race to Texas and I left it alone. That's probably the only thing I massively dislike about it because I don't have a bias to Michigan. But
like
yeah,
again, like we just come on, man. Like Bristol All-Star race was amazing, and what do we do? Oh, let's do Dirt Bristol, and then let's do an All-Star at Texas. And again, I get it. It's a concession move, right? It's to say, okay, Texas, Eddie Gossage, you want that second race? Here you go. And we're gonna take your other race. We're gonna put it at Coda. So let's go through it a little more in depth here. Initial thoughts
yeah.
out of the way. Homestead being the second race of the year. Is it a yay or a nay for you?
Homestead's the championship track. I'm sorry, I just can't. It's never not going to be the championship track for me. So that's a nay.
It's a nay for me just because I get like, oh, we want to keep let our fans stay down here for a couple weeks. Like, okay, here's new speed weeks, right? Instead of it being 2 weeks at Daytona, it's 2 weeks in Florida. If a race, if a track only gets one race, why do you put it at the beginning of the schedule? Wouldn't you want it in the middle? That's just my
Yeah.
like the same thing for Auto Club. Like Michigan's in the middle, New Hampshire in the middle, Watkins Glen, the road courses for the most part, they're all in the middle, right? I mean, Sonoma's in June, Coda's right before the 600. Road
Oh, that's
America,
cool.
July 4th. The Roval's in the playoffs. Well, we wanted a road course in the playoffs, so that one you can just toss it out from this argument.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't get going to tracks. I mean, the same thing with Auto Club, but Auto Club, I honestly think if you should just have left Auto Club second race, especially because you're gonna be tearing down the freaking place to build a short track. So hey, maybe we should extra week of build time or prep or whatever they have to do. That's can't be a terrible thing. So there's that. I look at Auto Club, Vegas, Phoenix, Atlanta. I'm happy Atlanta gets 2 races, so that's a good thing.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I didn't mention that. I believe too. I'd have to look at it, but Atlanta, may or may not be going to the 750 small spoiler too. I know Darlington is for sure. So, heyo, there we go. Phoenix gets Bristol Dirt. I want to be happy, Davey.
Let's talk about this.
I want to be happy that Cup cars are on dirt. And I want to say, like, I can think of all the reasons why you put it as Bristol Dirt. You do it because of crowd. You do it because, it's a track that you already have on the schedule. You don't have to worry about taking a race away from SMI or ISC.
Infrastructure.
Yeah.
For a Cup race.
Exactly. I get all of those reasons. But we're going to take dirt. We're going to dump it on a concrete track. We're going to try to remove said dirt. I mean, and we'll get into it when we talk about the Xfinity schedule, but Xfinity now loses a race at Bristol. It's hard for me to say, oh, that's a great move. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure we'll talk about it, and we'll talk about probably how it was such a great race. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but man, Bristol's already such a great track. Why try to touch something that's already good? Why try to change something that's good?
I think it's a good step, possibly for future dirt races at bigger venues that, either are venues that already exist or could be updated, or maybe even possibly a new dirt venue. I think it's
Oh God, NASCAR's going to build a dirt track in Chicago, aren't they?
Imagine if they built a dirt track in Chicago, right? And it's like, oh, Bristol Dirt was amazing. Let's build a version of it out here in Chicago, where a racetrack has already failed.
I mean, yeah, that's the move, ain't it?
I understand that. I understand. Oh, but Bristol. But Brewster, I get
Hey,
it. I get it. I get it. I listen. I love your dog, but
good.
I just I'm excited. I'm not usually the kind of person to be like NASCAR homer. I sound like fucking Michael Waltrip right now, but I'm excited for it. I cannot wait to see how that goes. Like I'm most I'm most excited for Road America. I most anticipate the Bristol Dirt Race just to see how it goes.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, again, I get nervous. All right, moving on. That gets us to our first off week. Also, the Clash is on the Daytona Road Course. I didn't mention that, but I think nobody cares anymore since we raced there.
Yep.
Already. Martinsville, Richmond, Daga, Kansas. That's all par for the course. But then we go to Darlington for its first of 2 races that proved this year that it could hold 3 races in a year, and they were all pretty entertaining.
Indeed.
Again, I believe it's gonna be 750 horsepower package. Small spoiler, again, what all you people say is so great, so great.
I mean, it's not bad.
It's not that it's bad. It's just they say it's so great, and they think it's just because small spoiler, big engine, and it's not just that, right? It's a complex system. A car is a complex system. It's not 2 things. Those 2 things do a lot, but it's not just those 2 things. Anyways, so Darlington getting a second race. If it wasn't coming from Michigan, I'd say amazing. It's still a great thing that a good track gets 2 races. It is, right? It is.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to mention it too. I'll talk about it at the end, or maybe when we get to Road America. But Darlington,
Okay.
Darlington getting 2 races. That's a good thing, right? You agree?
I agree, 100%.
All right. I figured. We go to Dover then the next week. So Dover going from 2 to 1 race. But the company that owns Dover just moves that second race to Nashville, so NASCAR can try to get into that market without them losing a race. So that's good for, I believe it's just Dover Motorsports or Dover or something Inc. So good for them. They get to keep their 2 races, even if they have to take it to another venue where they're going to put up, again, NASCAR. What do you want? Do you want grandstands? Or, I mean, at Nashville, they're going to have to put up they're going to have to put up grandstands that they're going to take down, right? Because they don't have enough permanent grandstands. That, and I'll get to that with Nashville, but that's with the Dover move. It's like, okay, well, Coda. Big time move for NASCAR to go to Austin, Texas.
Very big time.
I think again we'll see 6 road courses on the schedule. So again, NASCAR's starting to make that move. Hey, let's go back to short tracks. Let's go to road courses. Thoughts.
Thoughts on that? I think that's a huge move for NASCAR. You can say, oh, it's competing with the other Texas as far as markets. I don't think so. Austin, Texas is nothing like Dallas, Fort Worth, or whatever you want to call it. Wherever.
Real quick.
It's completely different. Go ahead.
Well, that is like the dumbest argument. Oh, it's competing with another NASCAR track. They're not racing the same damn weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you're a NASCAR fan in Texas, you just got an extra race. You're happy.
Yep.
I know Texas is a big state. They're complete opposite. Blah, blah, blah. It's an extra race in Texas. Like, shut up.
I agree.
You didn't lose a race.
On top of that, Austin, Texas is nothing like the rest of Texas. Austin, Texas is, a little bit younger, a little more weird. It is a different demographic than all. It is very fun. It's a different demographic than all of Texas. I think it is good for NASCAR to make the move there, not only because Circuit of the Americas is a top tier, grade A track, literally. It's a cool market, and if NASCAR can expose themselves to that market and get some fans out of that, I think that's good for the sport.
It would be a good thing for the sport, Davey. I mean, people make that stupid argument. Oh, they market.
You're so mad about it. So mad about it.
It's a dumb argument. It's just a dumb argument. Oh, we're competing. No, you're not. Are you? Oh, they're gonna choose to go to my race, or it's already so expensive to go to a NASCAR race. Just go to both.
Exactly.
And plus, they're not gonna choose the All-Star race at Texas over Coda. So if you think that's, shut up. Dumb.
The only thing I can hope for, we'll get there. We'll get there. Go ahead. No, no,
Yeah,
no.
all
We'll get
right.
there. We'll get there.
Charlotte Coke 600 stays Memorial Day weekend. Good thing.
Is what it is. Good thing.
Positive. Positive, positive, positive. Sonoma comes next, so second road course in 3 weeks, so that's fun. Sonoma moving to the beginning of June.
Where was it? It was
usually
not...
mid-June, so it's just a couple weeks.
Right.
It's just a couple weeks ahead of where it normally, because Pocono was usually up there, Michigan was usually up there,
Gotcha.
Dover,
Okay.
but Dover like fluctuates. Anyways,
Yeah.
then
By the way,
go ahead.
on Sonoma.
Yes.
I really just like I know it's gonna rain. We have rain tires. Move it to when Sonoma's green and beautiful, please. That would be so nice. I just want to see green Sonoma.
Why don't we take Sonoma and swap it with Homestead? Bam.
That's actually such a good
Problem
idea.
solved.
Because then that sets off your West Coast swing.
Hell, put Phoenix as the second race again. Put Sonoma where Phoenix is, and move Homestead. Like legit.
That
Like
sends off your West Coast swing. That is such a good idea.
the only thing is, and this is the argument I always make on this topic, that pretty much puts all your West Coast races in the same time. But then again, weather. So, ayo.
Yeah.
Turn off the wind.
Nah. Why are we not making the schedule? I don't understand. Anyway, moving on.
Because we don't understand the logistics of the sport.
Clearly.
I mean, yeah. All-Star Texas, June 13th.
Woo-hoo.
There's a couple things here. Yeah, it's a good move because it gets us to Coda. So if you do the pros and cons, the pros definitely are going to outweigh the cons. But All-Star at Texas, when we just saw that All-Star at Bristol isn't terrible. All-Star at Charlotte, again, people, you freak out. You always freak out. You always jump to your dang conclusions. All-Star at Charlotte isn't terrible.
Yeah, agree.
I can recall a bunch of great All-Star races at Charlotte. I'm sure you can too. You just don't want to. People at home, not you, Davey. This isn't a personal attack at you.
Thank you. 2007 was fantastic and memorable.
People just make me so angry, man. All-Star Texas though. Texas has put on some of the worst racing. I don't know whose fault it is. I'm sure maybe they'll figure out. Maybe they use that Bandolero track on the front straight of the Legends. They do something with that. Maybe if they use the dirt track out there, if they want to, they could. There's stuff they could do at that facility. They have a road course. It's not a great road course, but they have a road course. Dude,
You're touching on something there, Joe. I like what you're saying because I couldn't think of a worse combination than Texas and the All-Star race.
Yeah.
However, I cannot think of a better combination than Eddie Gossage
and the All-Star
race.
Yeah.
If anyone can come up with something stupid that is fitting for an All-Star race, it should be him.
Well, stupid I don't think is the right word. It needs to be exciting. It doesn't need to be stupid. But then again, this is the guy that markets anytime two drivers get into each other. Oh, they're gonna fight next week at Texas. Sorry, Eddie. I'm just saying what I read on Twitter. I'll start Texas. It'll be okay. We'll be fine, guys. We'll get through it this year. See what happens. Maybe it changes if it's bad. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be weird not having the All-Star race at Charlotte the week before the 600. It didn't feel weird this year just because of, the whole pandemic thing. But it'll be weird if we get to a point where we get to that point and nothing happens with the schedule. Because again, pandemic could still be raging on when we start the season. Something could happen. You never know.
Sorry, I'm yawning.
You're good. Nashville. So, Nashville Superspeedway is about 45 minutes outside downtown. So, it's a good drive, right? It's not like the fairgrounds, which is right down there. And also IndyCar's going to Nashville this year too, on the street course that they're building. So that'll be fun for them. It kind of looks like a guitar. People were trying to make that plug the dots, but anyways, so when I looked at the schedule, I saw Michigan lost a race. I immediately thought, okay, what tracks could I go to? Nashville was one of them that I thought I'm thinking about. Because there's a lot of stuff you can do in Nashville. Also, unique.
Cool city.
unique new racetrack on the schedule.
Hmm.
It can be fun. It could be a bad race. I mean, I think a lot of people think this is going to be a terrible race. It's a flat track. Again, same people that complain that we have too many mile and a halves. So what do you want? And just pick, and don't say, "Well, I don't want less intermediates." That is oh my, I hate that. Well,
How long is Nashville again?
1.33 miles. It's the same. I think it's like the same length as Darlington.
Right. Okay.
It's just
Okay.
it's that D shape. Nashville's a fun track. Like I don't. Well, you wanted the fair. It's mainly people. Oh, we wanted the fairgrounds, and we didn't get. You weren't gonna get the fairgrounds this year.
Yeah. No, it was not going to happen this year.
And the people that think that this is gonna block NASCAR from going to the Nashville Fairgrounds, if NASCAR wants to go there, they will be able to go there.
Hmm.
It's not a matter of, well, if we go here, we can't go there. No, NASCAR, they just don't sign terrible agreements with these tracks. I mean, that's what got us into this conundrum with the schedule. That everyone signed in for a 5-year because the financials, right? They didn't want to jeopardize their partners. They didn't want to jeopardize the financials. But then we got, oh well, now the schedule's stale. Ooh. Then we got a new schedule this year that was part of this last year, the last deal, right? Where we got the Pocono doubleheader, where we got tracks and races getting moved all around the schedule. We got Indy to be moved away from the last race before the playoffs because that wasn't working either. So it's fun, right? To look at these schedules and say, "Whoa, well, we should do this." Well, again, logistics, but I'm rambling at this point. But Nashville, I like the move. What about you, Davey?
For Nashville?
Sure.
I'm happy about it. Why
Yeah.
sure?
I don't know.
Was that sarcastic?
No,
Am I going to have to smack you?
I don't think you can. I'm eating popcorn.
Okay. I don't know how those two relate, but that's fun. Yeah. No, for real though. I am okay with Nashville. I don't really have anything to say about it. I think it's just one of those things I'm gonna wait and see. I'm not excited. I'm also not like Nashville, boring race. I'm not like one of those people. I mean, the simple fact of the matter is we haven't seen a race there, so why would I start shitting on it? Like, I don't.
That's fair. Very fair. All right, moving on then. Pocono doubleheader. This is another one I'm thinking about because it's within driving distance and stuff. Plus then you get 2 cup races.
Nice.
Get 2 cup races for the price of 1, which isn't true, but also the tickets are a little bit cheaper, so it is a good deal. If you're in Pennsylvania and you want to go to a race, if you're in New York, if you're in West Virginia, Pocono is probably a good place to pick if you can't, go Richmond, Martinsville, Watkins Glen. Just because you're going to get a great value. Again, Pocono, I love the move. I love having the doubleheader there. It also helps condense the schedule, right?
So. Agreed. I agree with everything you said. I have nothing new to add to that.
All right, moving on. Your favorite. I'm going to let you go first. Road America, 4th of July.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I mean, there's not much to say, but for a good reason. Road America. I mean, everyone's been clamoring for a Road America race and cup. Everyone wants more road courses. Road America is always near the top of people's lists. It's gonna put on a good ass race. It's gonna stay on the calendar. I think of all the changes, like we see all this stuff, like Bristol Dirt. Who knows how long it's gonna last? Coda, with the financial issues, who knows? Well, whatever. Road America is here to stay. It's happening. I'm excited. What about you, Joe? What do you think?
I'm excited. This is like the last, or I guess it's not the last because we'll get to the last one. But Road America is another one I'm looking at, right? It's within, again, driving distance. It would be a cool drive up to Wisconsin through the Upper Peninsula and stuff. Pardon me.
Joe is from Michigan.
Really? Road America. It'll be fun. July 4th weekend. It's gonna be kicking. July 4th.
Yeah, I wanted to say they'll probably do something cool for July 4th, but I mean it's a road course. They'll probably have like fireworks down the front stretch or something. I don't know.
Well, Road America is well known for its party scene too. The track.
That's a good point.
So bada bing, bada boom. 4th of July. Here's a firecracker. Get it going, baby. Let's go. It'll be fun. Road America. If you want to party, and you want to go to a park, and you want to do the 2 things, go to Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
There's some Road America, baby. Road America will be a great time. After
Tune
that,
in to that one. You will want to.
Just hope that there's not a lot of cautions, because golly gee, they take forever.
True.
We move Atlanta after that, so second Atlanta race, good move, right? We get rid of Kentucky. Sorry, Kentucky. The Kentucky governor was very angry that they lost that race, so I feel bad.
Yikes.
Well, because
I don't.
Well, do you remember the whole debacle in 2011 with the highway?
Oh, I remember.
That is why, because
Twitter.
they spent so much money to widen out that freeway.
Yeah,
and
that's a shame. That is a shame.
Maybe you should have done that before the race. Heyo. Also,
put on better racing. Heyo.
Maybe you should repave the track in Texas's image when Texas isn't working. Heyo.
Yikes.
Because remember, Kentucky was pretty good those first couple of years before they did the repave. And again, it falls back on the issue that repaves suck and they take time.
Mm-hmm.
New Hampshire after that, one race at New Hampshire has been pretty good.
That race exists.
I'm gonna when we get through this whole schedule, I'm gonna get to a couple big points that I just like to mention overall about scheduling and whatnot. We get 2 off weekends, then we go to Watkins Glen Indy Road Course. After that, so Indy Road Course is gonna be a lot of fun. Again, one that I would really like to go to, because Indianapolis is a great racetrack. It's a great facility. I'm a little sad that it's not on the oval, just because, it's cool. The Cup cars ran on the oval, but again, it didn't put on the greatest of racing. So let's try something new. If it's available, let's do it. And they're also going to be there with IndyCar that weekend, so that'll be fun. Anything to add to that, Davey?
Road course, good.
Road course, good. 2.5 mile track designed for IndyCar is bad.
Yes. For IndyCar is good.
Right. All right. After that, Michigan. Again, big sad. If you couldn't tell, I'm really sad that Michigan lost a race. Although I've known it for years, right? I think we've all kind of figured Michigan was going to lose a race.
He lives in Michigan.
I do. Michigan. I go to the University of Michigan, baby. Go blue. We suck at football, but hey, we're pretty good at we're really good at hockey, and we're pretty good at basketball. Hey-o.
There you go.
Positives.
Got it all going.
Hey. Then we head to the season finale, regular season finale at Daytona. That was a lot of fun this year. I know it wasn't for you. Just for the way it ended with old Bill Byron deciding to actually win a race. And Jimmy not having a lot of luck. I wasn't happy either, because Eric Jones got absolutely fenced by Tyler Reddick. But, whatever. I want to talk about that later, too. But
Bad memories.
Hey, it only took Eric Jones getting released from the 20 car for Chris Guild not to be a Cup Series crew chief.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm sure I'm placing too much blame on the guy, but dang, it's like, why wouldn't you make a move? Anyways, Darlington, Richmond, Bristol, your opening round. So we do get to go to concrete, normal, or asphalt. No, Bristol's concrete.
Bristol is indeed concrete.
Okay, we get to go to concrete Bristol, so I'm happy. I'm going to call it that. I'm going to call it...
Still pissed about it.
I'm going to call it Bristol Concrete now.
Bristol Concrete.
Bristol Dirt and Bristol Concrete. Richmond's on September 11th, so that will invoke a lot of patriotism.
Yeah.
Then we go, next round is Vegas, Talladega, and the Charlotte Roval. So again, why they put Talladega and the Roval in the same round, I have no idea.
Because implications. Big old dang old man, tell you what, and it would be too obvious if they did it in the third round with Martinsville, that it'd be like BS.
Oh my god, could you imagine Talladega, Roval, and Martinsville in a round?
I would just not watch the whole season. I would only watch the last 4 races.
Let's do it. Then you get, again, Texas, so ugh. Then you get Kansas, ugh. And Martinsville. Martinsville was an awesome cut. Honestly, do the championship at Martinsville.
I mean, they might as well. Jeez.
And then you get Phoenix to end off the year again, which is did not
Disappointing.
does not look like a good move right now.
I really want to rewind to the point you made last week about Phoenix not feeling like a championship race or not feeling the hype because it was already run at one point in the season already.
That's what. Okay, so that's what I want to
can't
get
get over
to.
it.
That's what I want to get to, Davey.
Okay.
Do you remember when Kansas got a second race and all of a sudden the Kansas races got boring? Or do you remember, maybe for some of our older listeners, do you remember when Texas got a second race and it got kind of boring? Or from some newer people, do you remember when Las Vegas got a second race and they got kind of boring? When we go to tracks twice, it is going to inherently make the tracks and the races seem less valuable and more boring. New Hampshire in recent years has been better. Guess what? New Hampshire lost a race. The Coke 600 has seemed like a better race. Guess what? They lost a race on the oval.
Truth. Okay.
Let me tell you some races this year that you're going to want to watch because of this. You're going to want to watch Dover. It's going to be more exciting. You're going to want to watch Michigan. It's going to be more exciting. Heck, you're probably going to want to watch the second Atlanta race less because you already saw a race at Atlanta 3 months earlier. Quick maths. 4 months earlier.
That'll be something to keep an eye on, I think, actually. It's a good point.
Maybe you're more interested in the second Texas race. I find that unlikely, but maybe. The second races don't work. A second race doesn't work as well for a venue like a Michigan maybe not Michigan because it's going to become more unique, right? Because there's going to be no more Auto Club. Auto Club. That's another great example. Auto Club lost their second race, and look, that one Auto Club is...
Watch. Auto Club is going to be a barn burner this year. Guaranteed.
Don't tear it down!
Yep, and everyone's going to be whining. It's going to be a freaking barn burner.
I mean, they already were whining. But guess what? They were going to have to repave it. They're going to have to repave Atlanta, too. Oh, boy, here we go. Do you really trust... Speedway Motorsports to repave a track where it's gonna be good racing off the bat? No.
They better freaking reconfigure it, I swear.
They won't, but
they better. That's
my point number one, Davey. We add a second race to tracks, inherently they're gonna get more boring.
Mm-hmm.
Another point. Midwest. If you live in the Midwest, you lost 2 races. You gained Road America, you lost the Michigan race, and you lost a Chicagoland race. And, you know what, let's count Kentucky in there. You lost Kentucky, too. So you lost 3 races, you gained 1. I don't want to say, NASCAR's leaving the Midwest. NASCAR's leaving the Midwest, folks. Book it.
Yeah.
Which really sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, David, do you know where the 2 of the 3 automakers currently in NASCAR, do you know where their corporate headquarters are?
Where's their headquarters, Joe?
Detroit, Michigan. Guess who we took a race away from?
Wait, it wouldn't be Michigan, would it?
It was, Davey. It was.
Yikes.
A move like that doesn't make sense to me.
That is interesting. I hadn't really thought about that. Not that I didn't know, but right. I hadn't really thought about that, but that's a good point.
Ford's now only going to get 1 weekend to take their people to the racetrack. Chevrolet, only 1 weekend. Guess who gets 2 weekends? I'm going to get my little tinfoil Yoder hat on.
Wait a minute.
Toyota gets 2 weekends. Sonoma and Auto Club. Hey-o. Now, I know those tracks are like complete opposites, but just saying. Tinfoil hat. Go ahead.
I was just... for some reason, sorry, my brain was going all over the place. I was convinced of something else. I was like, wait, where's Toyota? Isn't? Oh, Toyota is okay. My brain was just doing a thing.
Okay.
Cut that out.
Nah, you good?
Damn it.
We're just having fun here. Low quality editing, high quality content.
Damn it.
But honestly, like. You add a second race to places, you're taking races away from tracks that might, be able to market themselves. I know you don't like necessarily the people on the show, but Door Bumper Clear, Brett Griffin made a very good point. Hey, Nutrient Ag Solutions. Guess where a lot of their clients are? Oh, the Midwest. Guess where we took races away from? The Midwest.
Yeah.
It sucks for sponsors like that, especially because those are sponsors that have been coming into the sport. Right? I mean, we've seen a couple tech sponsors. Ally came in as a big one. But guess where Ally's located? Guess where their headquarters are?
Aren't they also in Michigan?
Yep,
What?
they're in Detroit. Heyo.
Yeah. I was about to say. That actually has a much more resounding impact on the sport as a whole than I thought. When you start to subtract yourself from certain markets, those markets also subtract you from them.
Yep.
It goes both ways.
Yep.
Not great.
So I just that is what my worry is. Michigan losing a race. I mean, I'm from a fan's perspective, I'm obviously sad, but hey, you're taking away an opportunity for Ford and Chevrolet and General Motors to bring their people to the track. Because they're not going to fund a trip to Indianapolis. They're not going to fund a trip to Road America. I mean, maybe they do, but not for as many people.
Mm-hmm. Who knows? Maybe with the next gen car, with if Dallara and NASCAR are producing the car as a team, then we just don't need them. We don't need manufacturers.
That's
just
sad. Shut up, Davey. Stop.
It's a real possibility.
Bad.
It's a real possibility. They could turn NASCAR into it. They could turn NASCAR into a sports league.
Have you seen
what NASCAR always has wanted to be?
Have you
they
seen?
Could turn it into. I'm not doing this. They could turn it into a sports league, and teams could come in on Saturday, pick their chassis, tune it, run on Sunday.
Nope, not my NASCAR.
Give the chassis back.
Not my NASCAR.
NASCAR has to decide what they want to be, right? Like this could be the thing with next gen.
I don't think they want to be that. I really don't. I don't think they want to be that. I don't think they want to be that either. Think about all the overhead costs they would have to incur.
Listen, I understand. I don't think they want to be that either. But we're making the point. They're leaving Michigan. For the most part, they're leaving a race from Michigan. Well, what if they just don't care? Well, what if it's like, whatever.
Big sad.
We'll see ya.
Big
just
sad.
Put a big Dallara sticker on the nose. It'll be fine.
I also wanted to say, look at Ilmore and the Truck Series and the struggles they've had.
Yikes! It's a big yikes.
Hey, guess where Ilmore is located?
I actually don't know.
Plymouth, Michigan. Guess how far away from MIS that is? Like 30 minutes. It's closer. It's like between Detroit and Brooklyn. Anyways,
I really am not a fan of this Michigan trivia. I can't.
Hey, I'm having fun. I'm just saying we took a race away from a track that has a lot of importance for a lot of big stakeholders in the sport.
You're right. I agree.
That's the topic of my essay. I had to go through all my bullet points. That was my thesis. Conclusion, bad move.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. A lot of similar stuff with the 2021 Xfinity schedule. We'll just talk about that real quick. We lose Bristol in the spring, but we gain Martinsville, so we get 2 Martinsville Xfinity races, which...
That can't go bad. Honestly, you can't go wrong.
Exactly. You get... So the one thing that I do worry about is we have one standalone race on this portion of the schedule at Mid-Ohio in June. Which is the same weekend as Sonoma, so you have 6 road courses in the schedule as well. I worry about that because we lost. What track did we lose, Davey?
Is this more Michigan trivia?
We lost Iowa.
I know we lost Iowa. I'm sad that we lost Iowa. I tried to push it out of my head. Why?
I don't know. NASCAR owns the dang track too. Like that's what I don't get.
And everyone likes Iowa.
I think it was sanctioning fees because tracks, if they don't have a cup date, they don't get as much of the TV money. Sanctioning fees was the wrong term. They don't get as much money if they don't have a cup date from TV. And they were struggling to pull fans in. Because also IndyCar's not at Iowa next year either.
Ugh, poor Iowa. Like that's so frustrating.
Big
Iowa
sad.
is a fantastic racetrack.
So yeah, that's That sucks. Other changes to the Xfinity schedule, you know, they're gonna get 2 Atlanta races, so that's good. They're gonna keep their 2 Phoenix. They're gonna go to Coda as well. I think
Julio,
everyone's going to
Julio.
Coda. Everyone's going to Coda, so that'll.
Trucks?
I
Are they
believe
trucks?
so. I believe trucks are going to Coda too.
You think the trucks are going to Coda?
I'm pretty sure that was already confirmed.
Really?
Yeah, like when
What?
they sent out their flyers and stuff.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so everybody gets to go to Coda. Yay!
Have they said if they're running the full circuit or if they're running the
I don't think so. I don't think they've said what. Let's do full circuit. Let's just get it.
maybe run trucks in the small one.
Nah, full circuit.
No.
Let's run.
Bad.
Let's run. Let's just make a oval short track on the bam Coda. You wanted Coda oval.
Combining our two topics together, thinking about the next gen cars, given that they were 3 seconds faster on the Roval, thinking about the next gen cars at Coda sounds pretty fun. That sounds like it'd be pretty dang cool. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
All these cool tracks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, missing a couple cool tracks, but
Bad.
all these cool tracks with this cool car.
Poor
hopefully.
Iowa. Poor Kentucky. Oh
That's
man.
crazy because I bet most people like a year ago probably had Iowa on their short list to make the Cup schedule.
Poor Kentucky.
I mean,
poor Kentucky.
Poor Kentucky, the market. The track. It's just not a good racetrack.
You wouldn't say poor Kentucky, the market, if they still had Chicagoland though. So hey-o.
Truth. But they don't have Chicago.
Exactly. Sad. Big sad. Well, they get Nashville. Hey-o.
That's
close.
Nashville.
Well, I like my country music. Yeah, I mean, Xfinity schedule looks good. It's a lot of the same bullet points as the Cup schedule. I don't like that we have less standalone. We have one standalone race. But I think that's just all a cost-cutting thing, trying to help teams post-pandemic.
Yeah.
So maybe we see Iowa return. Again, NASCAR still owns that track. So, I mean, something could get worked in there. Like, if Michigan was going to lose a race, I figured it was going to be Iowa, right? Like, that is what I had in my head. Oh, that's why Michigan's only going to have one race.
Yeah, that like I said, I'm pretty sure Iowa was on everyone's short list to get, the dates. Yeah, no one expected losing. Anyway, probably everyone had everyone adding Iowa to their calendars.
But with all that, a couple little things real quick to tie up. First off, trucks. It was confirmed today by Eldora that there will not be a truck race on dirt. Supposedly, the trucks will go to Bristol, and then there are rumblings that they will also go to Knoxville. So they'll have 2 dirt races, even though truck owners don't want dirt races. So hey-o. Sorry,
owners.
I kind of figured they'd be going to Bristol dirt, though. Honestly.
Yeah.
I Xfinity not going there makes sense. They haven't run it before. I'm assuming Cup's gonna get practice there too.
Sure.
Let's do it. No practice.
So bad.
Throw them out there.
Yeah, Cup's getting practice at every track that is new on the schedule.
Heyo, and Daytona. For the 500. Yeah. Daytona! That was so bad.
Truck schedule?
I am assuming it's going to follow. The emails I've gotten from Michigan don't show trucks on there. There's also rumblings that the trucks will go to Lucas Oil in Indy. IRP.
Oh, please be the same weekend as the Indy races.
Yeah, I would assume so. Cool. I would assume they'd have it Friday night.
That would be so badass. Please. I've been clamoring for this, bro.
I'm looking at thinking. I would also assume trucks are potentially going to go to Darlington too.
That's interesting.
Since they were traditionally going to Chicagoland with the Cup, now Cup's not going there, so they're probably going to go to Darlington for one of those weekends. Hey, they did it this year. And it was, honestly, I have no idea why the trucks already weren't going to Darlington. Like it just, they should, there are tracks that every series should go to. Darlington is one of them.
I agree.
Trucks probably will go to Richmond. They were supposed to go, well, they did end up going this year. And then they'll probably still only go to Martinsville once. That's how that worked. They lost the spring Martinsville race, I think, is how it worked out, and they gained Richmond or something like that. So again, cool. But outside of the couple, Noel Dora and Coda, they haven't announced the truck schedule yet. I'm assuming they're working with the teams and tracks.
I've heard. I mean, I'm sure this isn't true. This is just me seeing stuff and then just kind of like hopelessly believing in it. I heard there's gonna be like a lot of short tracks on the schedule, possibly. Like, I heard there's a
I'm okay
possibility
with
that
that.
there's some like not local tracks, but more regional touring tracks on the schedule, which I like. You are
Langley, I think,
very
was.
Langley was rumored. That's one of them.
Hey, let's do it.
I'm down. So down.
Honestly, take trucks up to New Hampshire. Let's do New Hampshire. Let's get rid of Pocono. Trucks don't need to go to Pocono.
Honestly, it would be so cool if they did like
They
a
probably will go to Pocono.
like a 3-part, not like a 3-part season, but like they ran southeastern short tracks and sprinkled in like they still have Daytona, they still have
Yeah,
I don't know, Atlanta
kind
or
of like the
whatever,
original.
wherever they're going. Yeah, and they go up north and they obviously like New Hampshire and all that stuff. Then they also go on like little bull rings, they go to Thompson or whatever. Like, that'd be so cool.
It'd be fun. It won't happen, but it would be fun.
It never ever in a million years, but yeah, it would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I want to see this truck schedule because I like watching the truck series.
I like new stuff. I am excited for the new stuff.
Let's just change everything every year. How about that? Sound good?
Not a nightmare at all.
Trying to think. I'm gonna name off some news topics, and if you want to bite on any of them, bite on them. Okay? You probably won't.
Probably won't.
Ryan Preece renews with JTG.
Yeah. I'm not that. He deserves a ride. I like him. He's talented. Had a good run at Daytona 500 going until Ross Chastain did Ross Chastain video game things. I like Ryan Preece a lot. I think he's got a lot of talent. I think he ran decent this year despite some shit. He kind of got thrust into a cup ride too. Everyone gives that excuse to every other cup driver who doesn't perform very well at first. So give it to him. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a good thing. I saw that today.
Hey yo.
I
Let's look. John Hunter Nemechek decides that he doesn't want to return to front row, which is puzzling.
Really weird, but I've read somewhere that it's possible he has the full-time KBM truck ride lined up, which would make sense.
Oh, really?
That's something that I heard was a rumor.
Why would you go down? Why would you go
Especially
down two levels? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's possible he could do some part-time with Spire too, I guess, maybe.
Dude, that's a... What if he's in a second Denny Hamlin 2311 racing car part-time this year, and then he does KBM trucks?
That's a good idea. That's possible. That's actually very possible.
Hey, rumor right here.
You freaking know. And he could possibly even be full-time. I mean, I'm sure everyone saw those like sketches of the
That's okay.
2311
real quick. People are like, oh, they're gonna they're gonna expand. Hey, guess what? Do you really think they only work on one car a week? Like, brother.
Well, it did say 3 crew chief offices.
Oh.
Specifically 3 crew chief offices. I'm not saying they're gonna roll out the box, get 3 teams rolling and going. But
3 crew chief offices.
That leaves room for 2 more crew chiefs.
Were there also 3
more teams?
Were there also 3 lead engineer offices and 3?
I don't fucking know, Joe. Look at the video yourself. I'm just saying what people were saying. It's a cool idea. Let me do something here. Let me say it. God, Jesus, come on.
I'm just saying.
What are you just saying? Why would they need 3?
I'm just saying they're being dumb.
Crew chief offices, huh?
I'm just saying they're being
How you being dumb? You're reading the blueprints, the literal schematics of the building. How is that
it's labeled as this on a schematic. Oh, I label stuff on schematics wrong all the time.
3 crew chief offices?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you've had a schematic for a full-time cup shop in your hands before.
Yep.
Yeah, you built some?
Yep.
How does Tomansky Construction deal with the overhead?
Well, Bristol handles that.
Okay, gotcha. Word. Copy.
Okay. One last thing. Joe Gibbs Racing. I said something about it earlier in passing, but new crew chiefs over there. Adam Stevens, after one bad year with Kyle Busch, is gonna go over and crew chief for Christopher Bell. Ben Bradshaw is gonna be the crew chief for Kyle Busch. By the way, how do you win 2 titles with a guy? You have 1 year where you guys just aren't clicking very well, and you just say, no, we're gonna change it. Like, I don't.
Nah.
You know, pandemic and all, but whatever. Bradshaw was a engineer for the 18 previously, and then he was crew chief down at Xfinity in 2019. Or he moved there in 2019, rather.
Kyle Busch news, don't care.
One thing I don't... So, and then it shakes up their whole Xfinity program. Jason Ratcliffe's going to move with Harrison Burton. He was crew chiefing for Christopher Bell. And then Dave Rogers is going to work with Daniel Hemrick. Jeff Mendering will continue with Brandon Jones because that partnership's working. And then they decide to put Chris Gale with the 54 team, which is like their supercar.
Yeah. Gonna be real super.
Man, I just Chris Gale rant real quick.
Oh, I don't know. Come on, Joe. Come on.
I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy.
Come on, Joe. Be the bigger man here.
I don't know the guy. I'm glad he continues to have a really good job. I'm glad, he got a downgrade too. What's fair is fair, but he still has a really good job with a really competitive team.
Okay.
Happy for him.
Come on, what's next? I'm sure we got. Do we got anything in the mailbag today, Joe?
Oh, we got something in the mailbag. You've got mail. On a computer writes in on our Discord. Make sure you check out our Discord. That's fellow JTN broadcaster Tommy Bordeaux. How is this a professional broadcaster? Thanks for getting me off the Chris Gale topic. Oh, Chris Gale. Moving on. How is the sequential gearbox gonna change oval racing, if at all? Main point there being the 6 gears. Not at all.
Not at all.
You're in high gear. Restarts. But guess what? We've I'm sorry, Davey. Restarts, man. We just package is only good for restarts. Well, here's 6 gears. Restarts.
Yeah. Have we established if the 6-speed means it's gonna be 5 drive gears or in 1 reverse gear?
6. I gotta do 4. I gotta do 4 just so I didn't say that. Sorry, go ahead.
So it's gonna be 6 drive gears?
That's what it appears to be.
I feel like it should be 5. I feel like they tested 5 and it should be 5. Anyway, no matter what, it's not gonna change. It's gonna be a gear ratio thing. They're probably gonna start in like 2nd gear or whatever, 3rd gear maybe, 2nd gear, and they're gonna get up to 6th gear and they're gonna stay there.
Film.
Short tracks, maybe.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, real quick, because we gotta talk USORL here in a bit.
Heavens to Betsy.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, finish what you're gonna say about the thing.
No, it's fine.
But it ties into
might
that.
change for short tracks. It might change for short tracks because big short track move. Haha, Martinsville's a hairpin. Okay, go ahead.
This past week we had the United States Online Racing League Red Bull Cup Series at Mansfield. I know.
Are we just talking about the USORL now? By the way, is we just
no, I'm tying it in.
Okay, but let's just move. Let's just go through it. Let's just do it.
We
answered Tommy. Yeah, we answered Tommy's question. It won't.
Yeah, Tommy can ask us in the break room.
I don't think it. Anyway,
I don't think it changes anything. Great question though, Tommy. Keep them coming.
Gonna be real cool for road course racing.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
We saw this past week at Mansfield people shifting.
Yuck, bad. Terrible. Well, one of them.
Well, okay, we'll get there in a second. Davey, though, you had a very good run going.
Yeah.
And then cautions.
Well, one particular caution.
Which one was that?
Yes. The one Where
Somebody stopped
ooh,
in the middle of the track.
do I get to be spicy? Yeah, someone stopped in the middle of the truck trying to get to pit road, didn't call it out.
Yeah.
Caused the caution. I had pit early so I could maybe get a run on some new
Yep.
tires. And I got caught as a wave around car. It's really hard to pass. Finished provisional 9th, officially 8th.
Yeah. Talking
That
about
was my
that,
night.
we talked after the race with DJ Harris. Post race teardown. We come off the air with unofficial results. Car was found to be using the wrong EXE.
Failed post race.
Failed post race inspection. Sorry, DJ. So our winner was Trey Coleman, who you heard from, because he finished second, so you heard from him. But yeah, unfortunate for DJ. I mean, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. USRL, they have a Super Speedway series where they run a different EXE. So I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt that's why he just forgot to change it. Benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna give it to him. Yikes. What about you, Davey? What do you think?
About what?
Well, that was a appropriate penalty, right?
Yeah, he's got to lose to win. And I think it's important that the sanctioning body at the United States Online Racing League routinely and randomly and often asks for his replay, as he should, in my opinion, he should be on probation till the rest of the season for doing that.
Oof, you heard it here first, folks.
Can't be doing that.
Can't do that. You can't do it, Daryl. You just can't. Oh no.
We all have a lot of fun, but some people put a lot of work into these setups, and to be outrun by a guy who isn't in the same rules as you is kind of frustrating. Like I said, it is for fun, but we spend a lot of time. It's our hobby, you know.
Yeah.
We want to do something with a little bit of integrity, and we want to have fun in a pure way, and that's not pure. That's cheating in a 18-year-old game for no reason.
Yes. All right. Fun topic. If you haven't already noticed in this video, it's been on your screen for a lot of the video. We have a new logo, Davey. You want to tell them about our logo?
We have a logo. The logo is a sim racing steering wheel, because we are fake race car drivers here at JTN/Fake Racers Podcast. But wow, it's almost like the name reflects that.
Wow.
There's something else about our logo, not necessarily about our logo, but where our logo appears. And now, where would that be, Joe?
Oh, well, Davey, I think you know. It appears on our beautiful JTN merch store.
Sir. Bop.
Go ahead.
No, I was excited. Those were my excited pops. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta pitch them up. You gotta up pitch them.
Oh,
sorry. Try again.
But I can't do it. I'm just too excited. I'm too excited about the JTN merch, about the Fake Racers Podcast merch specifically.
Which you got some coming.
I got some coming.
And we'll share some photos once you get them.
We absolutely 100% will. I'm super excited, actually.
For all your great JTN merch, check out the JTN merch store. We got new Fake Racers Podcast merch going up. That is up, actually. We have hoodies, we have t-shirts, we have die-cut stickers.
Yes, with stickers.
The stickers are really cool with the new logo. And then we also have crew necks, right?
Yes, crew necks. Get yourself drip yourself in some of that drip. Get yourself some drip. Get the white crew neck. It's gonna hit. I haven't gotten mine yet because the white ones were out of stock when I looked. As soon as they're in stock, I'm gonna buy one for myself.
Yep. So just a quick note about that: we do not hold stock of the merch, as JTN, with the way that it works with the supplier of Teespring, just because it helps us. But that doesn't mean if you buying the merch doesn't help us. It does so much support for us. It's that extra step if you can and are willing to take it to help support us here at JTN. But as always, the best way to do so is to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and like the videos that you watch.
Yes, indeed.
We appreciate y'all so much. Again, check out the JTN merch. We're gonna have new products coming here in just a little bit with some of the designs that are already up. We have some new designs coming on the way. We also might have a special shirt for our folks at the United States Online Racing League.
I know what that is. I'm not going to say anything about it, but
That
I'm excited about
that
it.
might be kind of cool. We gotta float some stuff out there about how that's gonna work. Maybe you'll hear about it this Saturday when the United States Online Racing League heads to Viva Las Vegas for another round of the Cup Series, which is going to be outstanding as always. But Davey, before we let everyone go, they saw pictures of the merch. It's great merch. It's very soft. Best merch.
Oh, it is. It's the best merch you could ever ask for.
I mean, I think I just do a fantastic job designing it, and Davey does a great job of giving me ideas for it. So it's just a 1-2 punch.
We are the 1-2 punch of JTN.
Pop pop. Well,
Tom is like the little jab,
what about Ricky?
Ricky's also a jab.
They're gonna get so angry now. That's okay.
Nah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Their emotions will be okay.
We'll get the. You know what? We should. The podcast idea. Big JTN family podcast. Won't be a mess at all. We won't talk over each other.
That would be terrible. You and I already talk over. Well, it's mainly me, but we already talk over each other.
Oh, I do it all the time too. It's okay.
I think it's because I feel a little more comfortable because like I'm in charge, right? So I'm like I can talk over you.
Wow.
It's
okay.
true. It's true. Whose name's on the network, Davey? Whose name?
Mine.
It's not.
Wait.
Ew.
Wait.
But your name is on something else, Davey. Why don't you tell everyone, all these folks, where they can find out more about you?
Oh, you want to find out more about me? I assume you said yes. Okay. My Twitter is @DaveyHazard. Those are takes about everything, all sorts of takes. Check out my fleets. I haven't posted one yet, but I will.
Disgusting.
Check out my. It's a cool idea. I'm sure it'll. As long as Twitter stays.
Yeah,
for the
very
ugly
original
people.
idea there.
All right, I never said it was original. As long as Twitter stays for the ugly people, then I'll be okay. Instagram @D7H5. That's stuff about my life. You'll see all the things that I do. Not much with COVID. Wear a mask. My Twitch @D7H5er. I'm trying to stream more often. I just don't have the time, but I will be. I'm gonna try and set aside some time for streaming on my Twitch. That's @D7H5er with an ER at the end, and that is where you can find me.
Well, and folks, if you want to hear more from me, I know you already hear so much here on JTN on YouTube.
Why not hear more?
Why not hear more? Head over to my Twitch, Joto2. Again, all these things are linked in the description, so it's very easy for you to just scroll down a little bit. Probably hit view more because YouTube likes to do stuff. Likes to have fun with us. Oh boy, Davey, I got so many things to tell you about YouTube. Anyways, great partner. YouTube's just great partner. Great platform. Anyways, check out all those links. We appreciate y'all taking the time to look at stuff we talk about. My Twitch is @Joto2 on Twitch. Again, linked in the description below. You also follow me, I think, @JoeTowanski93 on Twitter if you feel so inclined. It's mainly me like trying to get giveaways of stuff because I'm like that. I'm cheap and I don't really have too many good things to say, so I just don't say them. Anyways, appreciate y'all listening. Davey, anything else?
Oh, sorry. I got one a little too quick. Thank you so much for listening. If you've gotten this far, stop laughing at me.
Nah.
I'm really happy with the people that listen. Thank you so much. It's really cool. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all so much. I mean, we have grown so much since April, I believe. And we couldn't have done it without you guys. And I sincerely mean that. There is nothing that we have done that we have had to do without support. And if without the support, I don't know if we would have gotten this far. And we're gonna keep going because you guys keep giving it to us. So we appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for listening to the Fake Racers Podcast, episode numero 7. It was a longer one. Make sure if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Those, again, best ways to support us here at JTN. Go over to our Facebook page. Give us a like over there. We're trying to get that up on the road to 100 likes over there. On the road to 350 subscribers here on YouTube. So big gains coming. And, just keep in touch with us, and we'll keep in touch with you. We love y'all at home. We love y'all listening. And make sure if you feel so inclined, share it with your friends. We appreciate that, too. For all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, for my man,
Oh, Davey, that's me.
that's him, and myself, Judge Whiskey. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to keep attacking every day with positivity that you can. It's hard. Life sucks. We're all going to get through it, though, and make each day better than the last. Have a wonderful evening, wonderful time, wherever you may be. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
listening.
all. Thank you all so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.